After years in the exorcist field and ghost hunting, this is what I've learned. And I'm talking about ghost hunting before there are shows about it and before they start using bogus equipment that does absolutely no good whatsoever and brainwash people into thinking it's something other than what it actually is. None of that equipment works. But, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but I got something come up in the future. So I'm not going to talk about that. Let's say someone's really evil and they die. Okay. The brain is dead. Body's dead. All of that is gone. Everything that makes you work the way you work, think the way you think, all the neural pathways, the chemical imbalances, all that stuff that have the way the memories created stuff in your emotions, your behavior, that is dead. It is gone. And most of it's not your decision how you behave. It's very difficult to override the way you behave. With me, I'm a very moral, empathic, kind person. And I do tend to go after bad actors in life. And if you look at my brain in a SPECT scan, there's no mystery to me. It is very clear why I am the way I am and do the things I do. So what happens when all that's dead and you're just the soul, the spirit, the mind, whatever? I mean, is there a mind anymore? I would say no, that's the brain, right? The body's dead. Yet, we talk to these spirits in ghost hunting, and the personalities are there. Why? That doesn't make any sense. The brain that makes you behave in that way is gone. You now would have control and complete understanding on how you would function, how you would work, and your choices. Yet, when it comes to this ghost hunting BS, people completely dismiss all that. This is one of the biggest problems with ghost hunting today. It's been going on for 20-something years now. All these fake ghost hunting shows. I saw one today, Ghost Stories. It's not about ghost stories, it's a ghost hunting show. Yet they call it Ghost Stories, whatever. And the way that these guys were acting was so childish and stupid, trying to provoke a spirit to someone who unalived themselves. It's like, okay, that spirit wouldn't do crap. And then they're with a psychic, and the psychic's like talking to someone this guy used to work with who unalived himself, says, I got a word back. He's like, why the F were you thinking about doing the same thing? It's like, well, that didn't come from that spirit. That is very easy to project, to detect if someone's ever thought of that. And the thing is, everyone's thought of that. So it's not like, ooh, how did he know? He must be in connection with them. No. My point is, most of the stuff, these guys really think they're psychic. They really do. The only person I've ever seen that had it, because I saw the stuff that this person saw. I was watching the show, and I don't believe, like, okay, these guys are good. Sam and Colby on YouTube, they're pretty impressive. They got lots of experience, too, and they come up with stuff that's the exact same stuff I came up with decades ago. So I was just amazing to see them put these things together. Very impressive. They had a girl there, some surfer girl, a white girl. She's with another one too called the Spooky Booze. What's her name? I don't know her name. I can't recall. But this young girl, I would see something in the Conjuring house or whatever, and then she would explain what she just saw and explain the exact same thing. I was like, oh my God. And then I could actually see something the day before an episode would come out and see that episode. And I don't watch this stuff. I don't watch horror films. I don't watch this stuff because it messes with the mind and how you perceive things and how you detect things. But I kept seeing stuff. Just like when I used to go to church in the past, I would see the service and everything that was going to happen in the message before I even got there. And it was always exactly the same. I don't try and pick stuff up, by the way. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in trying to pick. I think it's wrong. Amanda, that's the kid's name, the young lady's name. Amanda something. And just get it every single time. But my point is bringing that girl up is the fact that she's the only one I've ever seen out of decades of being in that field, working with stuff, everything. Only one I've ever seen that actually picked up everything, was always correct, never just made crap up. They would make stuff up when they used equipment wrong, but when she had picked things up in the room, as far as this is what I see, and it's like, wow, that's every single time I saw it too, and then she'd bring it up. And that's using the scientific method. If you are able to come up with it and then predict the behavior, and then they do come up with that behavior, it's like over and over repeatedly, it's like, okay, that person's got it. There's no denying it. But there's only been that one person. And her ghost hunting skills are off. So although she sees that stuff, everything else, equipment-wise, using equipment, wrong. And I don't mean to say that as far as I'm better than everyone else. The thing is people aren't using logic when it comes to ghost hunting. Why would a person still be doing the same thing they did when they were alive if the stuff that controlled them and made them come up with the decisions when they were alive is no longer functioning? It's that simple. I have ideas what it is, but it comes from a background of demonology within the Christian field. And I don't like coming up with things that are religious. I think it's important to keep things separated. I have my belief system, which is the Bible, the demonology and everything that comes from that. But then logically, I make sure I don't come up with these answers or religion on why these things happen. I examine that separately and look at why. Sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. But yeah, I just wanted to bring up that conflict when it comes to ghost hunting. Not hunting, hunting. And sometimes they're not ghosts. Sometimes there's something really, really bad. And that's not very pleasant. But in this case, I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about the evil spirits or demons. I'm talking about these other things. As far as someone who died and somehow still here. They would not act the same. They would have learned from their life. And they would probably give you guidance and reasoning why not to do what they did. Because they would be pure now. They'd be pure in the spirit or their soul, whatever. Without that flesh affecting them anymore. So that's just the truth that I don't think anyone's really come up with yet. On why things act the way they act. That's enough of my babbling. I'll catch y'all later.